I'm Robert Foster. We are back in the shop where we built the first Spartan. So this is where it all started, and so we thought it'd be good to bring it back here and go over the features of the Spartan. So I want to start here with this frame rail, this machine right here. It's an 1.5 by 3 frame rail, 11 gauge, very heavy duty. This is a SRT HD, and this machine here comes standard with the torsion axle fork assembly. It's got a axle that goes through here, and it pivots on neoprene for take all the shock out of when you hit bumps and curbs. So that's a really cool feature. And then we'll go right back here. I'm going to go over the ride of the machine first, and then if you go right here underneath the seat, right here where these Elastomer Tech Pack 3 cones are. These are adjustable. It's got a soft grip knob underneath that you just turn to slide it forward or back. You go from a 100-pound to 300-pound operator. And what you try to do, you want to get these Tech Packs to where they'll move this 1.5 inch travel inside this stop here, inside the stop here. So if it bottoms out on the stop right here, you need to stiffen it up a little bit. And if it bottoms out here, then you need to soften it a little bit. So then what we do, so we have the front that we have that's independent. We got this middle here, and then we take 4 of these and mount them horizontal underneath the machine. So it's really cool how these are mounted. It's I've never seen anything that's that's designed like this rear. It's got these mounted horizontally, side to side. It's got 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So then the machine, when you go up and down, it's got unreal travel. So what this does, it moves the pulleys in and out, and then the spring compensates for that. So extremely nice ride on this machine. Then we'll come up here, and I want to start back here on the deck. This deck system here, it's a tunnel flow deck system. It has baffling going all the way across the front of the machine, and then on the rear of the machine, it's got baffling all the way to the outer edge. So you can start mowing early in the morning, when the dew's on. It does very good. It will not drop grass on the right side like a lot of machines will. So and the deck is 6 inches deep, so you have a lot of volume. So and then we break the deck out in front to make the front come out. So then when your front tires run over the grass, as they run over the grass, then it has time for the grass to come back up after your tires run over them, and your blades to be able to pick the grass back up. So the deck is really deep front to rear, and that helps tremendously on cut. And then we have a 7/8 overlap on the blades. So the blades, where some machines might have a 1/4 3/8 overlap. These have 7/8. So if your blades ever get sharp near in the year, you can still get a really good clean cut. And our spindles, we use all ag bearing spindles, so it's extra seals in them. And our RT model that we have has 2 bearings in the spindle, sealed bearings, and then the SRT models all have 4 bearings in each spindle. But to give you a lot of serviceability, and what we do that we take our pulleys and we put them right on top of the bearings, so that it don't take near the stress. If you have a pulley up above the bearing, it can put a lot of stress on the bearing. So that helps tremendously. And then what we done, we had a blade special made so that the blade it fits up tight on the bearing, and then we put an offset in the blade to strengthen the blade. And the blades are 1/4 inch thick, so extremely heavy duty blades. And then we put a bumper over here on this side here so that your machine, over the years, wear and tear on this side of the deck, so your machine will still look really nice. And then we come back here to the rear of the machine. We wrap a big steel. The tube frame comes all the way around, wraps around the back, so that when you back up and bump stuff, that these plates that don't have any supports, really easy, to damage the plates. This right here is very heavy duty. Keep your machine looking good, 5 and 10 years from now. Then we have a 2-inch receiver hitch here. That the one out of your pickup will slide right in here, so that makes it very convenient to be able to pull stuff around. We have these wheels here on the rear. All of our wheels are on our deck, front scalping wheels. The rear wheels here, they're all greasable, and they have supports on both sides for long longevity of the wheel. These scalping wheels take a lot of abuse, so we wanted to give extra support on both sides of the wheel, and then have them greasable so that you can get a lot of life. So here's these on the front wheels here. You can see right here has a grease fitting here. support on both sides, make the life last 4 or 5 times longer. And then we have here a system here to where you just take a 3/4 inch wrench in a deep well 3/4 socket, and then you can adjust your deck. There's 4 points. Make it really, really simple. Instead of having to adjust, 4 or 5 places and adjust from side to side, all you got to do is adjust four points on the deck in just a minute and get to get your deck precision leveled. And we have standard here on the machine is a foot assist pedal right here, and then we have the knob here that adjusts your height. So basically, on the machine, that you basically just push this in, turn it for your height. It's simple as that. So no pins, no nothing, and it's shock assisted, so it makes it very, very easy for the operator to use. Push it forward, go back to transport, then you are ready to load it on a trailer or store the machine. So we have a phone pocket, real deep pocket for your phone. We have a phone charger built in the system here. And then we have the instrument panel here that it'll tell you when to change your oil the first time at 25 hours, and then it switches to 100 hours after that. It's got soft start. It's all programmable. You just put your own code in, and so that you never have to have a key. And it's just like this machine here is set up for the code on this 2412, but you can customize whatever program you want. And then it's already got the light kit made in, so that if you want to add lights to any machine, it's just all plug and play. It's already made in the harness, so so the pigtails are in the harness. So then you'll just get like a light harness, a light. Everything just bolts up and plugs in. So you don't have you're not having to strip no wires, not having to crimp anything. It's just all plug and play. Then you can add an automatic actuator, and it's already in the harness. It's the same thing, just plug and play. You just bolt it up and then plug the harness in. It's already made in your instrument panel. And this PTO, it has soft start on it. So a lot of times when you kick your blades on, you'll hear your blades squeal, and it's because of them kicking on so quick. So this has a little time delay in it, so it don't kick your blades on quite as quick, and it saves your belt. And then the belts we use on this machine is made by Carlisle. They're made out of Springfield, Missouri. A very, very high-end belt, Kevlar for the front and a laminate belt for the rear. And we use really, really large pulleys. So the pulleys on this machine, on the deck, every deck we have has got 6 3/4 pulleys on them. So they're 6 3/4 diameter. So what happens on that when you do that is when your belt goes around the pulley, it don't stretch your belt. Because if you got a small pulley, when it bends around it, then it can eventually, after a period of time, just start cracking your belt. So we're extremely excited to be able to have these, to get our belts where they run ambient heat. So if it's 100 degrees outside, then your pump belt and drive belt, we can keep around 100 degrees. And so whatever ambient heat is. And then if you noticed in the past of having a belt, some issue, and you reach down to get it, then you got to go get gloves to be able to take the belt off because it's being so hot. And so that just makes the belt life so much longer, another thing that we've done on this is to be able to have really large pulleys and really good wraps, so that we're able to leave our belt where it's, it don't have to have a lot of tension on it because it's got so much wrap. So our deck system is designed, and belt system is to where no matter if it's all the way on the bottom setting or all the way on the top setting, it still keeps the same tension no matter where it's at. So a lot of times you'll have a deck that you let down, and then it'll be too tight, and when it's up, it's too loose. So we was able to, with the geometry of how it's set up, then we was able to get it work so that the belt stayed the same tension the whole time. We wanted an extremely good ride, so we started off with a tire here that we had special built. It's called Soft Ride, and the air pressure on them on the rear tires is a 10 psi tire. You can run. It's between 10 and 12 pounds on the tire. Very, very soft. It's got a great grip to it. It looks aggressive from the outside, but it's extremely smooth on your turf. Helps really good on traction. So we are, selling these. These will be sold, for all different machines. There's a lot of other dealers want to purchase these for other brands that they have, because it's a really cool feature. And if you ride one with a soft ride radial, it'd be hard to not purchase them. So, but it comes standard. on all of the Spartan mowers. The only thing that a 54-inch machine, you can get it with the radial tires on it. It's a little upgrade for the 54, but it comes standard on all 61s or all 72s. So it really helps on ride. And then here on the brake system, everyone that's had brakes up here around your cockpit, you have to pull your brake up and then your seat's hitting it, your arms are hitting it. It's just very uncomfortable. We made a brake system here to where you just touch to lock, touch to unlock. That's all there is to it. That's unlocked, that's locked. So that feature is very good, very handy, and it takes opens your cockpit up to where you have plenty of room. And another thing about the instrument panel here is when you put your code in at 2412 here, it's got a green light, so it's ready to start at this time. But if, let's say the brake's not set, then it will not let me start it unless the brake's set. So then it tells me right here that the parking brake's not set. So that makes it really good. If a customer gets out and just buys a machine and he says it won't start, then you can say, well, what's it say on your instrument panel? It says parking brake, and you say, well, apply your parking brake. And then if your handle comes in, if your handle's not all the way in neutral, it'll show up here. So then it lets the customer know to fold it out to be able to start the machine. And then when it goes to green, then it's ready to start. So you just push a button and hold it to start, then you push a button and hold it to stop the machine. But it's really key to have all these features to where it tells you as far as when to change your oil, when the machine needs to be serviced. The hydros on this machine, you'll service them every as far as the first time, you'll service the hydros at 250 hours, and then after that you'll only service them every 1,000 hours. So it has a Parker hydros on them, which is very smooth units, and so from the competition, they run about 30 degrees cooler than the competition, and then it takes about 30% less horsepower to operate them. So you can take that 30% less horsepower to operate the hydros and put it to your deck. So a 27 horsepower machine, would feel like a 30 horsepower machine because you get your power to your deck. I think the most important thing of any mower is traction. So worked on that probably more than anything on this machine. The machine is balanced out, unbelievable. It's made, engine's been lowered, everything's been lowered on the machine so that we could get the weight distribution where we wanted it. It's all been scaled out with race cars, all the different tires all have different weight scales on them. So spent a lot of time on that. The GT Track system, we do 5 different things to make it handle the way it does, and that's one thing that we don't give out. We just want you to experience the drive. The first time you make a turn, you will know it's a special machine. So we're very proud of that. So another thing that is accessibility of the machine. We don't want anything that you got to remove anything to get to another item. So we want everything very accessible. So the front here, just pop off right here. So you can get to your pulleys, get to your belts, get to your spring, get to everything. So very simple. Just in a split second, it lifts off and it lays in rubber bumpers so it don't make any noise. Put it back on here, slide it back in here, come down here, and then what we have here is here for the pulley covers. It's got soft grip knobs that you just removed right here. Got a soft grip knob back here, and the reason we do this is these knobs are really soft, so that if it was to be cold or whatever, if you grab hold of something soft, it's really easy to operate. And then we had these brought up higher because everyone here that's watching this that has ever had a commercial mower, when you get out and then you have grass on it and it gets wet, and then these here will freeze up if they're mounted directly to the deck. So we raise this up. This is something you wouldn't know, but until 4 or 5 years from now. But we try to think of everything, 4 or 5 years down the road. So you'll be really proud that it has a system right here. So, and then a capability as far as getting up underneath the seat, you just push one lever here, raise the seat up, and you can see how accessible everything is. The batteries, very accessible. Your hydros, very accessible. Everything. So we try to make this machine to where nothing has to be removed to get to any item on the machine. So very, very excited about how simple the machine is. We have our seat system here that we wanted to have a seat, and if you notice how the tanks and the seat, this whole entire machine, all the curves and everything, is all designed on 3D drawings, and so that's the reason that everything, the contour of everything is made the way it is. So everything just barely clears everywhere. It's because it was designed and built that way, and we wanted to have the curve appeal. And then our theme was the old muscle car era of the late '60s. That I've always loved the old muscle cars, and they was just very, very sharp looking machines. Had a lot of steel in them, but was very curvy, and so we wanted to make something that would be very attractive. So you can be proud when you show your mower off. So, but this seat, what we do, we build the steel part of the seat out of tubing, and then so we weld it and powder coat it, and then we send it to a company, and then they wrap it for us. So this is a seat that's built in our factory, and then we get it wrapped. So we have an RT seat, and this is an SRT seat, which they're very comparable. And the RT seat is made out of a different type of fabric and don't have this cutout in it. But the RT seat is very, very nice. So I wanted to run over some options on the machine. This light here is a LED lights, and it's very, very popular. Lots and lots of the dealers are ordering these on the machine. Comes from the factory. If you get a machine that don't have this on it, we can send you a bracket, a light kit, and a bolt kit, and then a harness. And then the cool thing about it, it's already made in the harness, and it's already made in the instrument panel. So then all you do is plug and play. So no stripping no wires, no cutting nothing, no crimping nothing. It's just all plug and play. So we tried to make it very, very simple. And then we have the same thing if you want a push button lift, that it just bolts up. It bolts up, comes in a kit. It's got a little harness. You just plug it in. It plugs in a wiring harness. It's already made in the instrument panel, so everything's plug and play. This brake system here it's just really so simple. I don't know why it hadn't been done before, but you just touch one pedal to lock it, touch one pedal to unlock it. It's spring assisted. It's got a rod that goes back there. You don't have to worry about replacing the cable one day from a cable breaking. It's got a 3/8 rod, so very, very good brake system. So really proud of that. These stress relief pads here, these right here, it takes all the stress off your shoulders and arms while you drive the machine. You can lay your arm, and then it ends up holding them up, and then you got adjustments here for up or down for taller, and then it will tilt in and out, up or down, and then you can adjust your arms here. On the SRT it comes standard, and on the RT it's not adjustable here, but it's adjustable up and down. So these pads will fit on the RT or the SRT. At the show in Louisville was probably one of the biggest things at Louisville was these pads. And as soon as you sit on a machine and you grab your handles and you see that you're not having to sit out here and hold your arms and elbows and stuff up, so you can lay them on a pad, extremely comfortable. So we have this here being patent pending on this, and then we have our front torsion axle here that's got an axle going through this neoprene that flexes kind of like a torsion axle on a trailer for comfort. That's been a really popular for us there, and it helps take away bumps and hitting curbs, takes the shock out, so does a really good job there. And then we come back here and we look up underneath the seat here. We have these elastomer Tech Pack 3s here, and right here, the reason these work so well, if you put these back here in the back, they wouldn't really do anything. But because of them being put right here, right next to the pivot point, you can get an 1.5 inch travel. So you just, the further you pull them back, the stiffer they get, and the further you push forward, the softer they get. So they'll go from 100 pounds to 300 pounds. We're able to take a 5 foot, 100 pound person or a 6'7", 300 pound person and make them completely comfortable on our machine. So that's a really cool, that everything fits. If you see that your seat's back far enough that you're in the circle, so then when you're mowing and you turn, you don't move back and forth because you're in the circle. But if you're at the edge of the circle, you know, you'll end up moving as you turn. So it's just a lot more comfortable. And then we take 4 of these Tech Pack 3s and we mount them horizontally, left to right of the machine. And so it's a really cool system. It's you know, no one's ever done it like this before. And so we have a patent pending on this too. And as you can see right here, it makes a lot of difference in your ride. So very, very comfortable. So we end up having, so we got the front, middle, and rear all independent on this machine. It comes standard on the SRTs. On a RT, you have the option to put the front forks on with a torsion axle, and then you have the option to put the TCB Tech Packs as an option too. So that can be added to any RT model. The actuator can be added to any RT model. The lights can be added to any RT model or SRT model. So we pretty much try to make all this stuff interchange. So fix it for the dealer where they're not having to stock a lot of parts. We got about 22 machines, but almost everything interchanges. So it makes it very, very simple for the dealer. This ROPS is one of our options. It comes standard on a SRT HD and SRT XD, the folded ROPS. The fix comes standard on the RT Pro, RT HD, and SRT Pro. It comes with a fixed ROPS, but you can do an upgrade. I want to run over the options on our tires and wheels. These wheels right here that's on this machine is very, very nice wheels. It's got center caps with our logo in the middle. This is just a standard wheel. This is just what you get on any machine. Now we have an optional front hubcap, and then we have an optional aluminum wheel for the rear. It comes standard on the XD model. Our XD model has all the options standard on it. So if you got a showroom, you want to have a really tricked out machine to have in your showroom to be able to show all the customers all the options, and then the customers will see it on the XD and then buy it for their upgrade. And here's another little over here on this side here. You can look here at the we have a chrome exhaust option right here. You know, everybody wants to have the best looking product in the neighborhood. So I wanted to run over as far as the fuel capacity here on this tank. We have a large fuel tank here that's 9.5 gallons. It has a gauge made in it, a big open cap here to be able to fuel it. It's got has a storage, has a cup holder. So this tank, we went through several different companies before we could find someone to build this tank. Has a cutout here so you can see through the tank. The design was not the easiest one to hit, but with a lot of hard work, we was able to accomplish it. This deck system is, we're extremely excited about this deck. The cut is phenomenal on this machine. With a tunnel flow deck system, front and rear, got baffling all across the rear, comes from plumb to the outside of the deck, so the very end of the deck, so you get a very, very good cut. And what we do on this machine, a lot of machines when they go on an incline in a ditch or on a bank, it always cut low on the low side, and that deck will kind of teeter-tot on you. So this machine is designed and built to when you're on an incline that the deck cuts the same height on the low side as the high side. We have big neoprene sleeves, and our system is put together where it's got an arm that goes all the way across, and it all attaches. Instead of having separate arms, it's got one big arm that hooks together, and it's made to where it will still have you still have a floating deck, but when you get it on an angle, that it's able to not let it lower itself on the right sides. All we want to do is get you, the consumer, to look at the product, which we're very thankful, you know, that you're looking at the product. We want you to drive the product. If you'll go drive every product out there, every product you can find, go drive them, write down the price, and then come and drive a Spartan. And when you see the price of the Spartan, it will blow you away. We have got a machine that's 1,100 pound machine with a roll bar, 25 horse. That machine is, the dealers thought it would be between $9,000 and $10,000. We're selling that machine the first year for $53.99. That's retail. So you know, the price will literally blow you away. And then we have a fully independent machine, front, middle, and rear, starting with a 61-inch cut at $65.99. So our prices are very, very good. And then you know, everyone wants to know that you know how can we sell this product for this price? And so we're able to do it because we work real hard. So just want you to know that, that no one in this industry will work as hard as our team to give you the best price, the best performance, and the best look of a mower that you'll ever see.